that bad boy up. And here we go. That makes this a little easier. Oop, got a slight echo. There we go. All right. So we're going to open this bad boy right here. Go to share the screen. In game. There we go. All right. So this is an actual job for me. I was going to do my personal room, but this one came up, so we're just going to do this one today. It's a new construction, so it's a little different, but I am going to tailor it. So if you're doing a remodel and you got to tear the old stuff out, you can make a demo plan. So what I've done is I went to the bathroom with my little laser tape and my measuring tape, and I just wrote down a bunch of rough estimates, or rough dimensions. And I'm just going to input that into this. I'm going to kind of explain the shortcuts that I'm using, the what I'm doing if I'm double clicking, why I'm doing a certain thing, and just kind of explain the process that I use. I'm by no means a professional for this software, but I do what I can, and it works for my company. So here we go. So first, you're gonna open up a new file, and when you load into the software, this is Home Designer Pro by Chief Architect. I have the 2021 model. You can buy the 2022. It's pretty much the same thing. So you're gonna load into this screen. This is kind of like your workspace. First thing I do, because it will automatically generate the floor system and the foundation when you put walls in, I come up to this wall tool in the top left. And since most of my work is, well, 98% of my work is interior, so I just use the interior wall tool. What I'm going to do is, this bathroom is pretty much just a square. So I'm going to kind of make a rough square right here, and we'll adjust the dimensions later. As you can see, it automatically snaps these walls together, and once you actually complete a room, it actually creates a roof plane. So if we go into the 3D view here, it's going to make it look like a little bitty shack with a roof, and it automatically builds the foundation. So what we're going to do, we're going to come into this room. First thing is we're going to come over to the roof system, and we're going to delete roof planes. Yes, we're going to load into this room. The house that I'm at, or that this is at, actually has 10-foot ceilings. This is by default 8. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into the structure. We're going to go to the finished ceiling. Since the drywall is in, I know it is 10 foot 4 inches from the floor. Just going to enter that, and that should change us to pretty high walls. And the next thing we're going to run into is just for rendering purposes, when you come above here, it puts the drywall here. So we're going to get rid of that. That way when you pan around in the 3D view and when you're doing screenshots to send to your customer, it's not in the way. So we're going to come back to structure, and this option says flat roof over, or flat ceiling over this room. We're going to get rid of that. If you're not doing any roof like systems, you can just uncheck this, and then it'll uncheck both. So we'll press OK over here, and then boom. Now we have our square with no roof or ceiling. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these exterior dimensions out here. The reason why is obviously I took my interior dimensions, so those matter more to me than these exterior dimensions. The software automatically will input those, but for my purposes it is not useful. So we're going to come over to this ruler tool. We're going to go to point-to-point dimension, and what this will allow us to do is to create a line that measures from this side to this side from whichever wall. Something to note is you can actually snap into 2 different places. this outer layer is the drywall, and then this inner layer is your stud wall. So I know when I measure this room out, the shower's back here, so I'm going to measure from the stud wall to the finished wall, which is drywall here. And now I can take this wall, click this, and I can change this dimension, and it'll automatically change the room to that size. So I know this wall was a total of 10 foot 4 inches. Or no, my bad, 10 foot 11 inches. And once I do that, it'll automatically change this room. So this is a pretty narrow bathroom. This is kind of like a guest bathroom type of deal, but for our purposes, it will work. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to come back to this measurement tool, go back to point dimension, and now we're going to measure from both of these finished walls. And the measurement I got for that, it's already close enough, is 5 foot 1 inches. Bam. So now we're still at 1011, we're still at 5'1", so that's exactly what I wanted. So go right here. We're going to move these interior dimensions to the outside of the plan, that way it's not in the way. And what we have now is we're going to put a doorway in here. Since this is new construction, there's no jamb or casing, it's just a rough opening. We're going to go ahead and put a normal door in here just for visual reasons. And I'm just going to put hinge door. Now, this obviously looks really big. We'll adjust the size here soon and the swing. So we're going to open this up, and it is on an exterior door. So let's go to the library here. So this software has a bunch of presets here. What you're seeing right now is only specific to doors, but it does get pretty advanced. So now we can go sort through all these different door types and just find something that looks nice. So we're gonna go with a panel door, rectangular, and let's just go with a standard looking door. Maybe one that looks a little better. That'd be nice. Yeah, we're gonna go with that guy. So we're gonna put this guy in, and then when we go back to our camera here, we can point it at the door, and boom, we have a door. Kind of looks ugly because it's big. So we're gonna make this door, it's the width. So this was what, 2 foot 8 inches. Oh, my bad. 2 foot 8 inches. What am I doing wrong? Hold on a second. Let me see something here. Just do some quick math on my phone. So we're gonna make this just a 30-inch door because that's the rough opening. So we're gonna make that a 30-inch door, and this door is practically hugging the side here. All right, gonna take that door and move it out the way. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do another interior wall because there is a slight closet in here. So we're just gonna grab from here and here. And this is measuring from the stud wall. So what you notice right there is when I click this, it'll automatically create dimensions for the space. To get rid of that, you just press space, and then boom, it kind of temporarily, makes it disappear. Once you click on a wall again, it'll show back up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to this point-to-point dimension, and we're gonna grab from the finished wall to the other finished wall, and that gives us our dimension right there. Now we're gonna go this way, and boom. So We know our doorway is, or our closet is 2'7". So we're gonna click this wall because this is the wall we want to change. You can do either or. You can click this one, and we know this is 2'7". Boom. So that swaps that, and the depth here. Hopefully, I remember to put that in. Maybe I didn't put that in. But just for rendering purposes, it'll be fine. This is already existing, so we're just gonna say that it's 1'6". Why not? Bam. And there's also a door right there. So we're gonna go with yeah, hinge door. And it's gonna open out like that. This door is 2'2", which, yeah, 24-inch opening. Boom. So when we go back to our 3D view, this should be, yeah, this looks like what I saw. And you can always change the casing profiles in the software. I don't know what the owner's planning to put in here because this is new construction, so I'm just going to leave it as is. It just gives them a good reference to kind of visualize the space. Next thing is there is a tub back here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to view and then library. And there's different plugins you can install. I have a Kohler plugin, which I use for most of my plumbing fixtures, even if I'm not using their products. I use a lot of Moen, but it's a good reference. So we'll come here. We'll go to bathroom, open this up. And then we'll go to bathing. If you don't have this plugin or if you don't want to install the plugin, there is default stuff in the software, but this just gives me a lot more variety and it looks a little more modern. So I know this tub has a curve in it, so we're going to take this one, and it is a right-hand drain, so we're going to grab this guy right here. We're going to pop him in the back there, and this guy should be 5 foot wide. Correct. With, well, undo that. Yeah. 5 foot. And it looks like we might be slightly off back here. Oh, I know why, because we made this 5'1". I messed that up. So we'll come here, click that, make that 5 foot wide. Boom. Problem solved. So now we go into our camera. We have our tub here. So let's and there's no plumbing fixtures here. There's a valve there, so you know, the plumber's gonna put the fixtures or whatever he wants in it. I have nothing to do with that on this particular job, but we will fix that. We'll make it seem like this is a remodel. So first thing you can do is you can now come to the floor here and you can change. Actually, for we're gonna take a quick pause there. So when you load in this this living area space, this kind of keeps up with your square footage. Right now it's counting the square footage under the tub. So what you can do to kind of prevent that is you come to this, you get a room divider. You're gonna grab from right about here, and you're gonna go to the other corner because the tile that in this case would be under the tub is gonna get cut out anyway. So we're just going to make that our room. So this is now isolated this area to one room, and the closet itself is also its own room, but we can add that to the total square footage. So I go here, go to next, and we're also going to put a break in the wall right here. So you have this break tool, and what this allows you to do is to pretty much break the wall. And now you have this back wall is now 3 independent walls. I can delete this one, and it doesn't affect the other 2. So where that comes in handy is when you're going to start making different materials like wall coverings and tile for a bathtub. So we're going to break it right here. We're going to want a little bit of tile to come down the side of the tub. So we're just going to split that, and we're going to bring that down here. Boom. And oh, I want to fix that. Oh boy. That's what you don't want to do. The software's not wanting to. Oh, I see why. I see why. So we're going to take this bad boy and just pop it right here. If it keeps doing that, then it's going to be a pain in the ass. So this will software will automatically snap walls together. Hey Onewood, how you doing? Sorry, I'm kind of just going through, and I got to keep an eye on chat. So we'll break that wall, and then we'll come over here and break it at the same point. So you notice that red square that pops up? That's the snap tool. Because there's this defined room right here, it's going to want to snap to this because the software is kind of smart, if you will, at trying to guess what you're trying to do. To override that, you hold control, and then you just line it up to where you want, and then you click, and now you have 2 breaks right here. So now what I can do is find the height. So we're just going to make this a solid 18. The height of the tub deck. So we can go into here and modify the wall coverings. So right now it's just drywall. We're going to go to wall coverings. We're going to add new. I have a tile plugin just because it looks a little bit better than what comes with the software, but it'll still work the same. So I'll come down to manufacturer catalog, Del Tile, we'll go to porcelain, and actually for this purpose we'll do a subway. So we'll just get a generic subway tile, add that in, and this is the important part. So from the floor to the bottom of the floor covering, which in this case would be 18 because that is the height of the tub deck, we're going to input that there. Now we're going to tile 8 foot off of the floor. So it is already, if I put 8 foot here, what's going to happen is it's going to add 8 foot to our 18 inches that's already existing. So what I just do is I'll just zero this out. If you're dealing with like a materials list and you want the software to automatically generate your materials list and square footage, then you can subtract the 18 inches. For me, this is just a visual thing. I do all the square footage calculations and on paper, and then I swap it over to Excel. So there's really no need for me to do this. So we'll just zero this out, and boom. So now if I go to the camera view, this is subway tile 8 foot off the ground. So that looks pretty nice. What we're going to do is we're now going to go to this wall right here. It looks like our break disappeared from. I must have pressed Control Z. So we'll grab this wall. Same thing, we're going to go to wall coverings, and here we'll go to subway. Just get this standard subway tile and have it start at the floor. Want it to go 8 foot up the wall. 8 foot up the wall, boom. Same thing there. I'm doing good. About you, Winwood? Looks like the chat's a little weird for me. I think I'm missing some of your messages, but if you're still here, I'm doing good. About yourself? Bam. 0 inches. Height, 8 feet. And now when we go to camera, we have our tile surround, which is pretty neat. I will say I do want the coverings to go further. So we're gonna move this right about there. And that should change. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. I think that's the right spot. Ah, slightly off. Oh. Sometimes the software wants to do its own thing. Like that. Oh boy. Have to join these two together. Nope. Being hard-headed, aren't we? We're just going to do that for these purposes. All right. So there's that. Now, for the floor tile, we'll come into here. And for the floors, I just go to materials. This is how you change all the different material types and colors. And it's categorized by the room, the molding, and everything. And then you can change the molding profiles, all that good stuff in the moldings tab. So I'm going to come to floor finish. Right now it's at this default maple 5-inch plank. And we're going to do something similar. Wood look tile is popular, so we're going to put that in. Go to manufacturer catalog, Del Tile, porcelain, and I believe it's forest something. Forest Park. And they've got this pretty wood floor right here. Yeah, the Timberland. And boom. So now, although this does not go good with the wall tile, so we're going to change that. Let's see if we can find something that complements that. It's kind of grayish one. This is a popular color, so go with that. That's a little better. We're not doing anything with the vanity, but which actually reminds me, I don't know, to check my pictures. So I take pictures of the places, of the space, just so I can go back and look at things. And I don't think there was a vanity. I know there is. Okay. So the toilet goes really close to the tub. So I'll just look up toilet, come over here, drop this bad boy right there. And I guess we could just make sure. Yeah, we're good. Actually, no need to measure that. Yeah, we're good. And toilet's in, so now we can go to the cabinet tool. Go to the base cabinet. Just put a little standard cabinet in here. You can go based off your cabinet distributors dimensions. I'm just throwing this guy in there because the customer's already purchased his vanity. And let's see if we can fit a 30 in there. No. So 24-inch wide. We're going to come into here. We're just going to make this look a little bit nicer. Let's go to, there we go. And we'll change the drawer style to, not slab, framed. Drawer, framed. Drawer handle, we'll go to the library. Open this bad boy up, go to hardware, cabinet hardware, pulls. Find something that looks pretty. There you go, this is a popular one. Put that on there. And door handle, we'll do the same thing in here. Go find a nice pretty pull. Those are hinges, pulls. Boom, boom, boom. So now that'll update that. That's not right. So change the door handle, pull, vertical. There we go. We'll go down from top. It's usually 1.5 inches. And that should be good enough. Oh boy. We're gonna make this look a little bit better. There was a way. There was a way to do this. No, not that. That's definitely not it. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That looks about what I use. The height is a little high. There we go, boom. And we're going to switch the countertop material in the materials tab to a little Calcutta because it looks pretty. We're going to go with this guy because this actually looks like my sample. And boom. So now we got ourselves a little bathroom here. So we're going to need a sink. So we're going to come to here to bathroom. And we're going to go to sink faucets. And let's just find a pretty one. One that looks nice. That looks a little dingy and old. But a more of a modern one. There we go. We were supposed to put sink bowls in, but the ADHD was sinking in. Speaking of sinks, let's find one. Now we're just gonna find a nice one. This is about what I use, so I'm just gonna grab this guy, pop him right here in the center, and that's a little bit bigger than what I use actually. Let's try that. There we go. That looks better. I don't know, that does seem a little big. I'm messing that up. So we'll just sort through these, see if I can find one that looks about right. What about that guy? No. There we go. We'll use this guy right here. Replace that. That guy. It's probably just the size of the cabinet itself. So we'll just stick with what's there. And that pretty much sums up the rendering portion of it. Now, yes, I'm just doing the tile bin. So this guy actually is doing a new construction. He's got 3 different bathrooms, and I'm literally just doing the tub surround and the floor tile. But I promised like a full tutorial, so we're just gonna say that at this point that this is the bathroom that you came into, and they for some reason don't like it. It looks like crap. So what we're gonna do here is, since we already got our dimensions, the customer wants us to tear out this closet, right? So this is the current layout. So we're going to go up here to this polyline tool, and let's say they don't like this tub either. They want to make it a walk-in shower, right? So we're going to go to this rectangular polyline. We're going to press that. You got to make sure that you got a good clip right there. So we're going to scan this guy in, and we're going to go to, not that. We want to grab that thing right there. There we go. We're going to, oh, I messed that up. We're going to open this. We're going to go to fill style. And we're going to go, I usually like to do the angles. And we're going to make this red. And the background, we're also going to make red. Actually, make it a lighter red. And make it really transparent. At least that's the goal. Let's see what pops up. So that's what shows up. We're going to go open. And that's actually where I screwed up. So we're going to go to, did you use the renderings for customers? Yeah, so in this particular case, the customer doesn't even know what they want to do as far as tile goes. So they just want to be able to see the space and what it could potentially look like, and then they're going to take it to Best Tile, which is the people that I work with, and the best tile designers are going to figure out tile for them. Usually I have the tile picked out by now, and then I do the renderings, or at least if they have an idea of what type of tile they want. So if they want like a 12 by 24, we could put 12 by 24 on the wall. And then the finishes, you can change the finishes on here. I generally don't, because it doesn't show up that well on the renderings. I just put a note that, hey, this is brushed nickel, or hey, this is chrome. So in this case, we're just not going to do the finishes. But I do have the customer, pick the finish that they're going to do, because I match my Schluter trim to that. I match doorknobs, I match hinges, I match everything to the same finish. So back to this, where I messed up is we're going to change the line color to black, and then make this about 50% transparent. Well, do a little bit better job of it. That'd be nice. Sometimes you got to fiddle around with this thing. Open. Fill style. Ah, that's where I screwed up. The background transparency. All right, I'll make that about 70. Boom. So now you can see we have this crosshatch pattern over our tub. So what I'll usually do is I'll take this exact polyline that we made, I'll copy it, I'll come over here, and I'll paste it. Just regular Control C, Control V. And I'll just zoom, or I'll just make this, well, when the software decides to work with me, we'll go the manual way. All right, so I use this to make my little legend. What you can do is you can make this 5x5 or whatever size you want to make it square. So I just kind of set that right there. So then I'll go back in and I'll get the text tool and then I'll write, hey, demo tub, right? I'm making the demo schedule right now is what I call it. So we're going to say, hey, we're going to demo the tub. We'll go ahead and put that text line up here. Go rich text. Bam, we'll adjust here in a second. Demo tub. Simple enough. Boom. Take this guy, line him up there. And what you can do is I usually do this as well. We'll just go ahead and get that started. And we're gonna fill this with nothing, make that white, and boom. What we're gonna want to do is put this guy on top of this. There we go. Oop. You gotta send this guy to the back. I forget how to do that now. Oh boy. Now we're doing the thinkings. Okay, I genuinely don't remember how to change the order. So we're just gonna leave it like that. And let's say they don't like this this particular toilet, or they want a bidet, or I don't know. They just don't like it. That's the point here. So we're gonna go around this guy right here, and we're going to go to fill style. Let's go pattern. Let's find something that, there we go. They don't want this. The line's going to be black. The background is going to be, we'll do yellow for this one. Transparency, we'll make that 50%. It's already light enough. And copy that. Go over here, paste that guy right here. It's close enough for now. And now we're going to go to our text tool. And we're going to say demo toilet. The reason why I do this is if you have demo guys that are here that are doing the work for you, they know what to take out and what to leave, right? Sometimes it'll be demo toilet or save toilet, right? Sometimes the customer wants to reuse their toilet because it's new or newer, or they like it for some reason. Then I can specify that, you know, we're keeping this tub, and what they'll do is they'll wrap it in a bag, stick it in the garage, and wait until the plumber does his trim out. Versus the tub, it says demo tub, right? They can cut it up into pieces, throw it in the trash can, take it with them, you know, glue it back together and put it at their house. Don't know, don't care. All I know is that's not staying. So we'll come over here, back to this polyline, and we're going to come over here to this vanity because this beautiful Calcutta vanity is just horrible. Why would anybody want that? And we're just going to do the same thing, but change the angle, black lines. We're going to go orange on this one. Transparency. Generally, darker, bold colors, you want to go around 70%. With the lighter colors like yellow, I go around 50. And the 60 will work on this. And same thing, we will grab that over here. Boom. Plus, if you're in my kind of like in my area where the city wants to see what you're planning to do, like they want to know exactly what you're going to do in that bathroom. They want to know everything. So, bring that in there. That's a little oddly sized, but we're going to live with it. Boom. Demo vanity. Boom. Boom. All right. So the next thing is going to be this floor area, which you should be able to just modify right in the and it's classified as a room, so you can just modify it there. I've been back and forth on if I should buy software or not. Almost bought Chief Premiere a couple years ago for a garage build, but never ended up getting it. So I think we did Premiere because we used this for one job, and I used this to build to design a house. I'm actually still building it with this guy. We only work on the weekends to do it. And we found out that it just ended up being super limited. So we just went ahead and paid Pro. I think it was like $500 or $600, but it's not a subscription. It's, you bought the software of that exact model for that exact year, and you keep it pretty much until they stop supporting it. Then you can decide that, that the 2022 Home Designer Pro has a couple extra perks that you really like. It's, a couple bucks to upgrade your current one. You don't have to spend another $500-$600 to buy the software again. So I definitely think it's worth it. You can charge about $500 to do renderings, and it also just saves the hassle of the customer going, that's not at all what I thought you meant. That's my big fear, is that I discuss with the customer, hey, we're gonna do this, and this, and I think we're on the same page as far as what's being installed, and then when I'm actually putting the tile on the wall, they come in and say, hey, this isn't what I thought you were talking about. This doesn't look good, right? And then it becomes a pointing the fingers on whose fault is it. So I would just say buy the software once and then learn it a bit. And the next customer you get, just immediately charge. This is what I would do. I would charge the customer what you paid for the software. Spend 1 or 2 nights doing the thing, right? You're gonna eat your time, and then boom, the customer's already paid for your software. You can even charge a little more if you wanted to. It just depends on your area. So I would definitely say it's worth it. I would just be prepared when you're starting out. It's going to take you a minute, to figure the software out. Luckily, if you go, I'll even pull it up here. You can look at Home Designer Pro tutorials, and they have training videos, all types of videos. I mean, all the way down to terraforming and landscaping, pool designs, deck designs, custom countertops. I mean, everything that's already within the software is here, right? So I would just spend a little extra time, watch videos, and you learn a lot. So we'll come back into here. What were we doing? We were changing the floor. So we're going to demo that ugly wood tile floor, because why would you want a wood tile floor? And we're going to go with preferably like a nice looking one. I want hatch. Grid angle. There we go. And we got to pick a new color for this one. Something that signifies demo. So we'll do a red line. And then orange background. Make that opacity around 66%. And bam. We're going to demo the floor. We're going to come in here and do the same thing. Fill style. Grid angle. I'm going to go red line. Orange background. 66% opacity was the last one. Boom. And you can even change the door. I think there's a way to do it, but the point still stands. So now we're gonna take that, or copy that, paste that over here. Wrong one. Boop. All right, so we're just gonna modify this guy right here. I'm gonna go with red line, orange background, 66% opacity, 65, close enough. And oh, we gotta change the right pattern. So we're gonna go grid, angle. Bam. And we'll clean this up here in a second. I usually just throw this in fast, and then I clean this up later. And demo floors. Demo floor tile. We'll specify tile. If I can spell. So, Ben, I'm assuming that you came from Future of Trades. Or did you just happen to stumble across my Instagram? Or maybe from Daddy Creations. If you maybe came in on my live, or his live. Daddy Daughter Creations. Yeah. All right, so that's our little demo schedule here, right? So what I would do is I would, you'd save it, of course, but you can export this as a PDF. And what I actually need to do is move this right here. And we'll just export this as a PDF. And now you've got something to print. Pretty sweet. So, and this will always be the first page of Future Trades. Okay, cool. Well, welcome. So this will always be on the front page of my contract. And I don't know if I have a spare contract. But usually I have a clipboard that stays on site. It's got my permit. It's got all the information for the electrician. If I'm adding a light, I specify that when I make the new floor plan. And oh yeah, that's what we were gonna do for this. We're gonna demo the closet. So we're gonna delete that. Yeah, we're gonna change this. I forgot we were gonna do that for the purposes of this stream. So we're gonna come up to the polyline, come over here, and there we go. Open that up, and we're gonna just make this hatch. Oop. Color black for the line, red for the background. Transparency, we'll just do 50. All right, so this is kind of an ugly one, but you would essentially just add that over here as well. And we're gonna say we're gonna demo this closet, right? This is already a pretty small bathroom. The customer wants, a little more space for the toilet and a larger vanity. So we're just gonna get rid of this closet altogether. So we're gonna go to new plan. They have custom presets, or default presets, I should say. You can make a custom one. I just go with the default style because, shaker cabinets, wood floor, and granite countertops. Mainly for the cabinets. You don't have to change the cabinets if you just go with the default. So we're gonna come over here. We're gonna copy this entire thing. Paste it right here. Boom. So we're gonna delete. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, bam. We're gonna delete this tub too because they don't want the tub anymore. also get rid of the roof planes. And we're going to get rid of this, get rid of the toilet, get rid of that polyline, get rid of all of this, and go back to the bare minimum. So they wanted to delete this closet. Theoretically, we're going to go ahead and get rid of this entire wall, right? Bam. This is what we're dealing with here. So let's say they want to do a walk-in shower. What I do for walk-in showers, because there's not really a curb tool, I just come here and I go to this straight half wall. All right, let's go. There's a standard 5x8, walk-in shower. Or not 5x8, 3x5. So we're going to grab this point-to-point dimension tool. We're going to grab you're going to grab the stud wall down to, we'll do this one as well. So I can click this wall. I want this to be 36 inches, 3 feet, right? Bam. It's now going to adjust that. So that's exactly what we needed. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And if we go into the camera view, it's going to be a half wall like you would use for glass. Not exactly what you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. We're going to shrink this bad boy pretty far down. Right? So it kind of mimics a curb. And let's say, I know that the plumbing is on the right-hand side, so we're going to add a bench. Let's just say that the customer is a little older and she wants a bench. So what I do is I come to the cabinet section. I use the soffit tool. Again, this is just for visual purposes. So that's why I use the soffit tool. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to come in here at first. Of course, soffit's always on the ceiling. We're going to bring this bad boy all the way down. And it looks like crap now, but we're gonna make it look nice. Bam. So you notice that putting a baseboard in here. We're gonna fix that because we don't want baseboard in the shower. So first things first is we're gonna go from here to here. If it will do it right the first time, that'd be nice. Oh. Hold control. Why are you doing that? Oh, let's go ahead and combine these walls together. Connect walls. Connect walls. Why are you being difficult? Come on. Alright. We're just gonna be hard-headed, and we're gonna fix this problem right here. Boom. Problem solved. So we'll come in here. We're gonna divide this into its own room. And I got rid of the curb. So let's bring that bad boy down. Oof. There we go. So now this room is independent from this room, or the shower is independent from the main room. So we can go down to moldings. It uses this default profile. We're just gonna unselect this default setting, and then we're gonna delete this altogether. And what that's gonna do is delete the baseboard in here. There's no way to get a pitch done in here for like your shower pan. I just put the tile right onto the floor for rendering purposes. It's fine. So we're gonna come into here. We're gonna change the floor to, let's do a hex mosaic. hexagon tile. Boom. Just verify that it's there. We've got to fix that. Get a little bit of the floor leaking out. Oh. That is odd. I've never had that problem before. I got an idea. What if we just do that and then put the wall on top of it? What is it going to do now? Nothing. It's going to do nothing. But it is going to be slightly misaligned. Well, at least you're seeing the raw footage here. Alrighty. There we go. Bring that bad boy all the way down. Bam. That's what we're looking for. And we're going to go ahead and get the baseboard out of this room just for this purpose. If you wanted to change the baseboard, you can just come in here and go replace. Open this directory up. If you're on the moldings tab, it'll automatically bring you to the moldings area. Go base molding, and if you wanted to go with like a traditional baseboard, I think they have a colonial. They also have it with shoe. I had colonial somewhere in here. I guess not. But if you wanted to change it, you would just select that option. For us, we're going to delete it. Oh, if I press delete, there we go. Boom. So now we're good. So let's say the homeowner wants two 30-inch vanities. I'm going to try that. Boom. Boom. Pop that bad boy there. We're going to go to 30-inch vanities. Actually, I need to delete that first, then open this. And when you go over a certain length, see how it's a singular door? When you get to a certain width, I should say, it'll automatically make it a double door. See? Ta-da. And what we'll do is we'll copy that, paste that over here. Boom, boom, boom. And then toilet. So they didn't like that toilet. Let's say they wanted composting toilet. Why not? All right, we'll put a composting toilet in here. If you're in an area where you don't have inspectors, this will work great. It's kind of impeding the tub. So, I mean the shower, so we're going to flip that actually. Yeah, we're going to flip that. And boom. That should work the same. No, it does not. Reason being is I'll have to go through this whole room divider situation again. All right. Materials, hexagon tile. Correct. There we go. That's more like it. We'll get to the wall coverings here in a second. Where am I located? I am located in central, like eastern central North Carolina. I'm in the triangle. So we don't get the worst prices around here. We can charge a pretty decent amount. If this was an actual remodel, I could at the bare minimum, if I'm not supplying the tile and the material, or the tile and the grout, this would be minimum $8,000 bathroom. just to put some perspective into it, if you don't know the kind of rates in your location, I wouldn't base them off of this because there's some places where there's no way in hell I'm gonna pay $8,000 for this, and then there's some places where it's they're immediately gonna go with you because it's so cheap. But this bathroom I can easily get up to 15 grand for it. This is 8 to 15 for me. But we'll go in here. We'll change this floor out. And let's find some tile that we like. Michigan. Okay. You want to swap though? If the rates are about the same, y'all got better hunting though. Y'all got better deer out there. Isn't Michigan a glory state? I got a buddy that's from Michigan and he talks about how hunting was better over there. The new build. So I actually know this guy. He's a mason for the house I built on the weekends. So he's getting a little more slack on this pricing. But what I'm doing, he doesn't know what tile he wants. He wants to change out the pans that are there. The plumber put in the standard vinyl pan, and he did it wrong because where the curb meets the floor, there's like this really wide radius, so I can't get my mud bed in there. So we're gonna cut it out and put a membrane bed in there. So we're gonna use Guru for this case. We're gonna use Go Board for the walls and Multimax Light for everything, except for the main floor tile. Everything that's in the shower is going to be Multimax Light. Everything that's in the main area is going to be 254 Platinum. So we're using all the good material, and I'm also supplying I'm pretty much supplying everything except the tile. He doesn't know what he wants. He doesn't know if he wants epoxy grout. He doesn't know if he's going to do subway tile because that versus 12 by 24 or 24 by 48 because obviously that changes grout, right? He doesn't know what trim he wants, so I'm pricing it a little bit higher so that so whatever he wants, it's all covered essentially as long as it's not outrageous. So right now I have him at, let's see, just for the shower, and which is 100 square feet of tile. $20 a square foot, or $20 a wall foot, I should say. And then he also has the flooring in the shower. So, but that's also again me supplying the Go Board. That's me supplying the thin set. That's me supplying the grout. All the waterproofing membrane. So right now, this entire area with the shampoo box, with the pan and everything, we're looking at about $5,000. Um, you can use this software to help you with estimating. I don't. So I just use this solely for visual purposes. Obviously there are dimensions in here. I can go back in and check the dimensions of the space, and then I write it down on paper, and then I take the information. Like right here, I have. I'm not gonna show everything because it has my pricing, and I'm not really big on. I don't want to give someone like a template, and it just never works right. So like I have the floor tile, right? The floor tile in the shower is separate from the floor tile in the main area. I write all that down, all that information down, and then I have an Excel spreadsheet that I get pretty analytical with. I have 3 different packages that I offer, right? If you're more on the budget side, this is what I'm willing to the lowest quality material and setting material I'm willing to use, right? Then I have my mid grade, and then I have my high grade for the floor tile. That's uncoupling membrane. That's at the very minimum Trilite or 254 Platinum and everything. Um, So I put my square footage in there, and it says, okay, for 100 square feet at package C, it's going to cost $2,000, right? And then the next tab will say, okay, of that price, I'm going to make 80% net profit off of the material, right? So the material is going to cost this much for this entire space as an estimate. And then also tell me the material cost is, let's say, 17% of what I've charged. So, and then I've got another page. I mean, there's multiple pages I have here where it says, this is the gross profit, this is the net profit, and then yeah, I have, sorry, my bad, brain's all jambled up. Um, I have gross profit. I have my, with the expenses taking out, and then I have what Uncle Sam's going to take out, right? And then that's my net profit, what's left there. So Uncle Sam obviously takes 15.4. I round it off to 15.5%. And it's just, that's just what I do. So the answer is no, I don't really use the software itself for estimating. There's probably a really long explanation for a very simple answer. But we'll go back to floor tile. Let's say the customer wants this dingy looking tile. Boom. They want this dingy tile. It isn't dingy, it actually doesn't look too bad. So far that's what we're working with. We'll go ahead and change the countertops here to something that's a little nicer. We'll go here. Boom. All right. So just out of curiosity, are you like a professional homeowner, or are you you're starting your own company? You planning to start your own company? What's your story here? And go ahead and add a backsplash. Where is it? Remodeler, self-employed for 4 years. Oh, sweet, man. I just started my company in April. So I've been doing some tile work. My experience is actually in slab tile. I did that for 3 years. Um, and just after working for another company and seeing how much they were charging and how much they were willing to pay me and how much they weren't willing to pay me, I just decided to go on my own. So I've been working for myself for about April, and actually after I send this estimate out, because I'm doing 3 bathrooms for this guy now, and then after I'm done with these and he's done building the garage, I build one up there, and then after all that's done, I remodel the one that's in the original structure. So I've got 5 bathrooms, and this will actually almost book me out till April. So it'll be almost a full year self-employed, which is a milestone for me. First year is the when you're most likely to fail, and things don't go well, people drop out, and they back out, get cold feet. So we'll go with the 4-inch backsplash. That's standard in my area. Yeah, for solid surface is 1.25 inches thick minimum. And go to materials, backsplash. Boom. Maybe there. Backsplash. 4-inch tall. Inch and a quarter. Oop. I'm gonna get the right stuff. Side materials. Change that over to our original thing. Okay. Yeah, I do kitchens, bathrooms, and flooring. I do a lot. I've done built-ins. I've done fireplaces. I've done a lot of things, but I'm really trying to focus on the tile because it's stuff that I enjoy. And my company is Tiled Concepts, so there's got to be some tile involved. Um, but I'm thinking about kind of stepping away from kitchens unless I'm doing a small kitchen or if the homeowner is ready to be involved because I actually don't have my contractor's license. And in my state, that means I'm limited to a $30,000 cap on work. So if my contract goes over $30,000, I got to obtain a contractor's license. And just generally, kitchens seem to go more expensive faster. Especially when you start dealing with slab foundations and they want to redirect if they're God forbid on gas, they want to redirect their stove over here and they want the sink over here. When you're talking about like flipping pretty much like a full remodel where everything's a polar opposite of itself, it adds up quick. So, and I'm just not trying to put myself in that situation, at least not now. Plus, most of them, well, I shouldn't say most, about 90% of my experience is in bathroom remodeling. So it's just natural and fast for me. And it's a safer route for me until my company gets established and until I can hire somebody. I think I spelled that wrong. Ah. So let's say they did not like the square sinks, right? We're going to go with get license. What's the process for you? It was easy for me. So, you have to, of course, go take the test, which is apparently in North Carolina, they're a little more strict on it. And I've $17,000 of working capital. That's not a problem. And then I gotta find the time now to do it, and that's where I kind of shot myself in the foot. Is I should have got the license first, stayed with my company long enough because I formulated my company. I should have stayed with them long enough for me to get my license, and then left the company. But I'm here now, so I gotta find time to go take the test and to study it. And then I got to get a surety bond. It's either I have to have the surety bond and the $17,000 capital, or I have to have either or. I believe it's both. So, and that's where I'm kind of debating. Um, right now, I'm just working out of my truck. I'm used to working out of a 17-foot trailer. Um, and I want to get I want to get a trailer for work, but that's taking money out in my bank account that I could have for, to show proof that I've got this capital for my contractor's license. Because I've got a couple purchases. I got to get that 17-footer for my workshop, and I want to get a 20-foot trailer to make a portable showroom because I do not have a physical location. And this will kind of tie me off for now, is if I have a 20-foot trailer. Oh boy, these are ugly sinks. We'll go with that. How about that? Boom. So we're going to come over here. It'll automatically snap this. So each one of these cabinets has a center line. I can click this and it'll automatically snap it in place. It's an undermount sink, so it puts it perfectly in place. Let's see. Um, I don't necessarily need a showroom. It's just talking with the local contractors that are in my area. Luckily, you know, I've really good connections with people, even though they're technically competitors. Um, Having a showroom where you can, especially for indecisive customers, you can stick them in the space and say, hey, this is what we offer. So, like, for example, I have my cabinet distributors. I can deck out the trailer, where it's you see all the different types of cabinets, right? I think there's like 4 or 5 different colors. I can line them all there, and I can also use the drawers. They have specialty accessories where I can have multiple drawers in each cabinet, and I can use those to hold, hardware samples. I've got countertop samples that are over there. I can have my countertop samples that are there because I carry the more popular ones that I use. All my Schluter trims. I supply all the fixtures so I can have, my like standard Moen fixtures that are there and mounted on the wall or something for them to look at. And if they decide they want something different, I always have, a Moen book that has all the different stuff. um, Having different mirrors, lighted mirrors. What else? Having a small sample of a glass, tempered glass there for the custom shower enclosures. I got to be a little careful with that one because obviously, one bump and one wrong bump and you've got dust all over your trailer. Uh, I can also keep some tile samples in there, the more popular stuff, as well as I could put LVP on the floor for them to walk in. I don't do a lot of LVP. I only really do LVP unless if it's involved in a bathroom project. So it's just I can kind of create a miniature showroom. So and it really doesn't cost that much. Your supply house, as in like your like distributor that you use. Like I have a tile distributor, Best Tile, and they have their own showroom and designers. When it comes to picking tile, I set up an appointment with them, or I set them up with a designer. I make an appointment and then they go meet them. So that's why I'm probably not going to carry the tile samples per se, but everything else, everything besides the tile, I want to be able to show and supply. Plus, if when I do the renderings like this I believe this software is compatible with virtual reality. And I think it'd be really cool if I can drive over there and I can have my VR headset, which I already have, and then my computer, which I have parts to make another one. I could sit the customer down in the space, right? And I could sell them right then and there. But I kind of gotta debate: is that really is that really like is does it really matter? Because generally, if I'm doing renderings, I've already collected a deposit. So, but if I happen to have just a surplus of renderings like this, and I can put a potential customer in that space and have them look at multiple stuff, multiple things, in multiple spaces, then they can go, okay, I want my bathroom to look like this, right? And obviously, driving a 20-foot trailer is going to cost, so it's not going to be a free thing. It's going to cost gas, and then I could probably open it up to like the neighborhood, but I'll charge the customer just a small gas fee to go over there. While they're looking in there, I can go take my measurements and everything. Just trying to maximize my time while I'm there. But that's also a plan that's further in the future. I obviously want to get my work trailer first. Um, and who knows, I might get a location faster than I think, and I think it's possible. But I'm always have plans and ideas running through my head. But anyway, we'll get back to this. So we're gonna change the curb out. We're gonna go to materials. We're gonna change the curb topper out to the same thing as the countertop material. And Must have did the wrong thing. Oh yeah, I did. Wall cap. There we go. Um, so what I do for the benches right here, I want to put the countertop material up here for the top. I prefer for my benches and my curb toppers to be solid. That way there's no grout lines and there's no opportunities for water to seep in. Um, it's just a preference thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the countertop tool, custom countertop tool. I'm going to come in here, grab the corner, drag this bad boy out, zoom in, bam. All right, so now if I come here, we'll have to bring this guy down. Oh, not like that. Alrighty. There we go. And we'll change this material. Yeah, I've seen people do box trucks and vans. Um, but I really like the truck and trailer setup. Um, Plus I'm planning to either take my truck or buy another truck, preferably like a 2500. I'm a Mopar guy, so get a 2500 and tear the bed off, and I want to make it a flatbed and even possibly have like little sidewalls that I can flip up at any time. That way when I go to my tile supplier, they can take the pallet jack to the side of the truck and just drop it there, right? It makes my job startups a lot easier. And we'll change this. So, plus I've always had because I've done my work out of my truck. I just use my truck. It's not the most efficient thing, but it's doable. So in my mind, if I get like a van or a box truck, right, and something mechanically wrong happens, or if it gets into an accident and it totals it, then that's my work essentially. I can't do that. Versus if I had a trailer and I had a mechanical problem with my truck, or my truck got into an accident and the trailer's fine, as much as it would suck, I can go rent a truck for the day, right? Um, but I could also, just go pull out a loan to get another truck. So it's just kind of my thought process. I guess if you slam into the trailer, right, you lose the trailer, then you lose your workshop, right? But I can still go back to working out of my truck, unless they total both, and it's a double whammy. Then I just pray that it wasn't my fault, and the insurance takes care of it. Because I have been rammed in my when I worked for my other company. Brand new truck, fresh off the lot, brand new trailer. I turned into the parking lot for my company, and this lady who was going the speed limit at 35 miles an hour, right, T-boned me like right in the middle of the cab, where the cab meets the bed, and I'm connected to a 17-foot trailer, right? She lifts me up, right, to the point where I can look over, I can see the asphalt, moves my, half-ton truck and a 17-foot loaded trailer 50 feet beyond the point of entry. And what happened is she wasn't paying attention, and she tried to pass me on the right hand side in a bike lane. And yeah. So if something like that happens again, then yeah, that would suck. I'm out both truck and trailer. But yeah, bam. All right. So this is kind of our general. Oh, we gotta fix that. Let's get rid of the ceiling over this area. general, our structure, remove that, go up here, structure, remove that, boom. So now we should be able, there we go, to see this. And what you can do is you can make a wall invisible. And we'll do that here in a second as I split this wall right here. I will actually change that. Make this wall invisible. So now, boom, this opens it up. And this just gives you better angles for screenshots. Because I always print out the renderings anyway, multiple different angles, and I have it on my clipboard on the job site. So the inspectors, all the trades, the homeowner, if they want to come in and see, everything that's there, and even me for that matter, really. So I can go, okay, yeah, they wanted this layout, or they wanted a grab bar here. Oh yeah, the bench, I forgot the bench. So that's the purpose of that. So we'll come in here now. What we're going to do now is change the wall covering. So this would be our tile. If you remember, this is right now the old tile, right? They don't want subway tile. So we're going to tear that out and we're going to replace it with something else. Haven't figured that out yet. So we'll come in here and do a wall break. Come here, go to wall coverings. We're going to replace this with, let's find something. Yeah, we'll do this. Actually, that's a pain in the ass. I don't know if I want to do that. These are all like floor tile stuff. Yeah. Ooh. This isn't a good pack. All this stuff looks nasty. Let's go flooring. They don't have it here. Of course they don't. Oh, tile. There we go. Yeah, this is all the default pack. It's not that good. So we'll go back out here, del tile. We'll check out, let's see what the ceramics are. Oh, that's wood look. This is why I couldn't be a designer, because a lot of this matching colors is not my thing. I just know how to stick it to the wall. Oh boy, not that. Not that. So let's say they want this ugly looking tile for some reason. No. And I'm not too much of a fan of the layout, but oh yeah, that looks like crap. And there's a way to like upload custom tile piece like settings. What I do is I'll go to best tile and I'll pull up a picture, and they generally have a picture of just one singular tile, and I'll take a screenshot of that tile and crop it, and you can upload it to this. And then you can change the layout and everything as well. The only thing you cannot do, at least that I haven't found out yet, is you can't change like the graphic that's on the tile. It's just the same tile over and over again, so you can't really add a lot of variety. So there is that, but I haven't had a complaint with customers on it. Here we go. Why not this one? Boom. They're fancy. They want a marble shower. Good lord, that is what they say, a face only a mother could love, a tile only a homeowner could love. That's gonna be the new expression. All right, so we're gonna add a new floor or new wall coverings. Oh, I gotta remember what that tile was called. Wall coverings. Garden White, EV97. EV97. Bam. Like that. Boom. So we're going to start it at 0 inches, which is the floor. We want the tile to go all the way up to 8 foot. Boom. Right there. Come over here. Wall coverings. EV97, I think. Bam. Bam. 0. 8 foot. And we can now go, whoa. That's not good. Haha. Why did that happen? Because there's not a break in the wall. Start that 0. And height is 8 foot. And there we go. We can just get this to be a little bit wider. That way it actually looks like it belongs. Software is being a little finicky. Oh boy. There we go. So we're gonna pretend like that little piece is not there. That's gonna bug me though. Oh, you bastard. There we go. Oh. Oh, that's not gonna work. Hmm. Sometimes this is a pain in the ass. Hmm. Well, we're just gonna live with that for now. So we're gonna open this up, materials, get rid of the drywall, EV97, bam. So that wraps around there. And I mean, the only thing we have to do now is just add fixtures and accessories. So, and then glass as well. So we'll come up here, back to this plugin, and shower components. So, um, okay, so then I must have that confused. There's like three tiers to this particular software. It seems like Chief Architect offers their own line of products, right? So there's Chief Architect, Premier, whatever, and then there's Home Designer Pro by Chief Architect, and it's actually on Home Designer's website, not Chief Architect's website. So I don't know. I think what end up happening is it's owned by Home Designer, but Chief Architect pretty much made the software. Because like I said, I can show that to you now. So we can go to Chief Architect software, right? Then you go to Chief Architect's website. Bam, right? So then you got products. And then you got Premiere, Interior, and I think that's pretty much it. And then you have Home Designer Pro. Oh. And if you go to Home Designer Pro's website, see? Home Designer Pro, a Chief Architect software. So the software is owned by Home Designer, right? See, Home Designer Pro by Chief Architect. And it even links to their website. Oh, wait, no. This is just their line. But, so I think it just might be like a who owns the rights to the software type of deal. So we are talking about two different softwares. If you're talking about Chief Architect Premiere, and I'm talking about Home Designer. So I got Home Designer Professional, Home Designer Architectural, Home Designer Suite. That's what I was referring to as Home Designer Suite. That's the one that's very limited, and we just went ahead and got the Home Designer Pro. So you can rent it or you can just buy it, and that's what I did. So let's do 2023 download. We'll say no backup, right? How much is that? $5.95, and then the upgrade from Professional from 21 to, well, you can even upgrade to, ooh, so you can upgrade from Home Designer Pro to Chief Architect. But the upgrade will cost me $295 just to go to the 2023 version. Yes, I can. Right here, I can upgrade it from Pro to Premier. But it seems like Premiere or Pro does what I need it to do. I mean, this will do floor systems, this will do framing, this will do like your roof trusses. It's a pretty powerful software. Work with me. There we go. So now we got this. For some reason, the shower heads do this. I don't know why, but it bugs me. So what I do is I just bring it down a bit. And usually it's floating, but it ends up looking alright. You can always just back this up like a hair if it will let you. If it will let you. So that's what I usually just end up doing. My shower heads never end up connecting, but it looks fine. So let's say that's the shower head. Let's get a valve. Doot, doot. Alrighty. Let's find a nice modern looking one. There we go. And come over here. Boom. Boom. There we go. And there you go. That pretty much sums it up. So this is our demo schedule, right? You print this out, the customer knows, okay. And this is actually very important for, especially when you're tearing shit out. The customer understands, all right, we're not keeping the old toilet. We're demoing, right? So everything here gets demoed. And then, this is all the new stuff. And I would send this screenshot to them. I would also send them these views. I mean, I could put the mirrors and the accessories and all that stuff and the lights. You know, if you want to, you can open this door for the CAD. Same with these. Cabinet drawers. Cabinet doors. Open cabinet doors. So that pretty much just sums it up. I mean, this is what I use it for. I mean, this software is capable of so much more than what I use it for and what I know how to use it for. But if you do, you know, simple remodeling stuff, it you know, it works. All right, man. You have a good one. It was I'm pretty much done, so I'm gonna wrap it up. You have a good night. Thanks for dropping by, and hopefully I see you around. So I'm actually about to end the stream here soon as well. Boom. Alrighty. Just for a little bit. Nice to see you, Ben. I guess I'll see you in the Future of Trade channel.